We've got our lips, they're drilled, they are slotted for the valve, they are ready to go, and this is where I really miss my blaster. These have been cleaned up just roughly, they still need some stuff done to it, and we've had the centers blasted. Once again, this is where I really miss my wet blaster. But we've got a problem. Center doesn't fit into the barrel. How do we get around this one? Freeze the centers, heat the barrels. Contraction and expansion, and it'll all fit together nicely. You're going to need some gloves. Look, it doesn't need to be hot, probably 60-80 degrees on the barrels, and just like chilled, but it's always handy to have a pair of leather gloves floating around so you can handle this stuff afterwards. But yeah, if you have this problem, that's how to get them together. All right, that's been in there for about 5 minutes. At 80 degrees, we don't want too hot. Actually turned it off as soon as I put it in, so we're down to about 61. It should be plenty. Oh, nice and warm. Cool. All we need is the center now. I see. Just the thing you want on a nice warm winter's day. Everything should just go together like a peach. Look at that. Straight in, no dramas. Just going to put some Steno bolts in it for the time being to hold it together, and then we'll probably shoot over to see old mate Shannon and get him to weld them up for us. But yeah, that's how you do it. Alrighty, those are all back together. So we just need to get them over to Shannon now to get them welded up. And due to the magic of Shannon not having any cash and wanting to go out and have beers with the boys tonight, here they are back here already, all welded up and ready to go. Beautiful. All right, so the next step in the process is we have to pull the centers back out, get them all nice and clean, and then put them in the oven to degas them basically, and that gets all the moisture out. What can happen is you get little droplets of, you know, water and whatnot in them, because it's like aluminium is fairly porous, especially cast aluminium like the centers. And what happens there is when you heat them up, of course, water droplets turn to steam and muck up your face, which is not really desirable. That's the word I was looking for. Yeah, so plus I need to clean some stuff off like greasy handprints and whatnot. So we'll get them all clean and then pull them apart, get them all clean, stick them in the oven and degas them, and then we'll pick a colour. I like to tape them up before I dry them out, because if you imagine that this being porous aluminium, it's like a big sponge, so the heat squeezes all the moisture out. Then as it starts cooling down again, what does it do? Sucks all the moisture back in again. So if you pull it out, then you spend half an hour here or 15 or 20 minutes retaping it all back up again, then you're introducing problems. So the idea is to get it dry and then get the powder on it as quickly as possible. So basically you don't want powder coat anywhere where there is metal to metal contact, which is in there on this face, in the bolt holes. We can sort out all the bolt holes. We've got these things here, perfect for filling up bolt holes, just like that. And then for the center down here, because we don't want any down in the center either, we can stick in one of, that one's a bit big, stick in one of these. Oxy-Tech, if you need any of this stuff, Oxy-Tech. They're the guys.
All right, only 3 more to do. Right, so we're going to clear powder the lips on them as well. Problem is, all those fingerprints and whatnot where we've been sort of moving them around, so these will need a good polish up, and then they go into the oven as well and get cleaned, and we will tape up basically these 2 surfaces here, and then do clear powder over the shiny bits, these 2 surfaces where the center bolts up in the center, and on this face. We don't want any powder on that because we want that metal to metal. Tape that all up and then away we go. Get some powder onto here. But yeah, we'll do the centers first. This is the colour I'm going to use. It came out really well on a friend of mine's blue car, so I thought it looked great on his, so it should look great on mine. We're all ready to go. It's in the gun already, and our heater's up to temp, just under 197. Now, we just wait for the temperature to come back up, start the timer. Okay, they're cooked. Let's open them up and have a bit of a squeeze. Yes. Look at that. Charcoaly goodness. You'll be able to see it a bit better when I get them out, but they're like quite... Where's my gun? Yeah, I'm not going to grab them out of there real soon. We've got a bit of temperature there. Let's just wait for those to cool down, shall we? And then while we're waiting for those to cool down, we need to give these a good clean and polish and get them prepped up for, put some clear powder on them. So there's some adhesive still left on there from this tape, so we'll have to get that off. And this being a nice polished surface, we want it polished. But we've got to do the same thing we did with the center. These don't need to do like to dry as long or to actually cook in the oven as long either, because the actual alloy's a lot thinner. Still pretty warm and just sitting there. I haven't even untaped it or anything, but I think this is going to look quite good. Yeah, it's a yes from me. I think that looks great. It's going to look really good up against the blue, I'll tell you. Purpose of that is to get all the fingerprints and little scuffs and whatnot out of them that have happened, you know, to get them to where we are at the moment. Because the next bit we're going to put on is some to protect this polished lip in the oven. And it's important that we get all the fingerprints and all the oils and the adhesive from the, I haven't got any here, from the, you know, we usually have them wrapped up in electrical tape around the outside. Well, that leaves adhesive on there, so we use the power cleaner to get that off, clean all that off, and then there's little fingerprints and tiny little scuffs and whatnot. Good old blue sapphire there to polish that all up. Yeah, looking pretty good. So next step, we need to bake them out for powder coating. So we're going to put powder on except for this little strip here, which we're going to tape up, because we want that metal to metal, so the center fits into there all right. But yeah, we have to bake them out first to get all the junk out of the metal, and then we'll put the clear powder on. We'll tape them up, clear powder on, peel the tape off, into the oven, and next step after that is putting them together. Here's what happens when you miss a bit. Left some adhesive on here, just here. Now that's now baked on, and I'm going to have to use something with a little bit of grit to actually get it off. Whoops. Okay, the first 2 have been taped up. As you can see, I've taped up where I don't want the powder to go, where we have a metal to metal contact on there. So, and then we'll powder all of this up and then vacuum all the stuff off from the inside. The other 2 are just about to come out of yon oven. They've been drying at a couple of 100 degrees for about half an hour now. So, yeah, we're going to have to put on our U-Butte Oxy-Tech gloves so we don't burn our hands. I found that because these are double layer cotton by the look of it. Yeah, so, but I found that if you put a pair of rubber gloves on underneath that again, they're easier to get on and off because the insides come out every time you put your hand out of them. Oh no. Clear. Time of death, 9:35. Hot, 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 hot. Alrighty, now we just need to wait for it to come up to temperature, up to 200 degrees, and then we'll give it about 20 minutes and she should be good to go. And we just have to wait for the other two to cool down enough so we can pick them up and then start taping them up for powder. We just wait for the temperature to come back up on the other two that are in the oven at the moment. We've just gone in and then give them about 20 minutes and away we go. Still 1,000,000 degrees, but I'm pretty pleased with how that's come out. Takes a little bit of the shine out of it, but it's so much easier to basically just hose it off and all the junk comes off, and yeah, you're not forever there polishing it. So highly recommended. Oh, and Oxytec Crystal Clear, the best in the business. Okay, I've just taken the other two out down the back there and they're cooling down, so yeah, I'm pretty pleased with that. So the next step of course is going to be assembly, and I still haven't decided whether I want black bolts or shiny ones. It doesn't look too bad though. Let me get some black ones. Hey, so do we want the stealthy look or the more avant-garde? I'm actually liking with this matte colour, I'm actually liking the black. Like, easy enough to change them anyway, isn't it? Of course, we're going to have to go through the whole rigmarole of freezing the centres again and heating up the outside. We can't actually do that at the moment because our oven is like 200 degrees and we want maybe 60 to 80 degrees on the outside. So might have to do this on another day. Okay, I just had a look at the rushes or the and realised that this episode's big enough already. Well, I can't fit the next bit on, so we'll call it a day here. The next episode will be assembling these all, making sure they're all straight and everything, and putting the tyres on them and putting them on the car. So yeah, until next time, look after yourselves. Thanks for watching Barrel Brothers. Like and subscribe and comment. Always read the comments. Try to reply to them, but yeah, always read the comments. Yeah, so until next time, don't do anything stupid, and we'll see you next time on the Barrel Brothers channel. Thanks for watching. See you.